Hey guys, how's it going? So, my name is METALHEADxLEE and welcome back to Assassin's Creed 3. So, last time we took the helm of this boat for the first time and we got some gunners. So, we're going to take it again and let's see where we're going to head this time.
That's a beauty tack.
Okay, so this is kind of cool actually, I think. I think that's the first time they did this in the game.
What that about? The older man is a Templar. Who was he with?
A Templar? The young buck was Nicholas Biddle. Nobody. Sails before the mast. Midshipman for the crown.
Are the guns ready?
Aye, but we won't jump in over our heads. We'll find a suitable target and show you how they work. We've fitted her with a modest amount of guns to start, but rest assured there's ample room to add more should you feel the need.
Okay, sounds good.
Half sail!
Looks like a British frigate with half seas over. Should do nicely for a spotted target practice. Bring her round broadside, and when all guns are on target, call fire.
Fire!
Awesome.
Well done, boy!
Again!
Now, aim all guns at her bow and do as much damage as possible.
Prepare to fire! Let fly!
That's awesome.
Some old powder in there!
Good! Now give the swivel guns a turn. More precise. Hit those old powder barrels and light up the sky.
Nice. It's pretty cool, gotta say.
You are a fast learner.
Provided something interests me.
Ah, getting a taste for the open sea, are we? We'll make a jack tar out of you yet. Now we should be getting back. The old man is like to have my hide for keeping you out so long.
Give me half sail.
Take it to half sail.
We need more speed.
We need every knot, full sail.
Okay. Oh shit.
Gunboats are above!
Why is he shooting at us?
Ready up to fire!
Destroying property of the crown, disturbing the king's peace, take your pick.
What do we do?
Naught else but to fight back. Sink the bastard.
Use the swivels on him! Do that, Captain! And fire! Wait for it! Make ready for fire! Ready up to fire! Fire!
Hell yeah.
English frigate!
Oh, be betwattled, another one. Where in the bloody hell did she come from?
Good God. Oh, didn't mean to do that.
On my mark! Ready, sir! Fire! Wait for your mark, sir! Fire it broadside! All eyes on the target! Ready up to fire! Fire!
Dang it.
Wide of the mark on the fire! Give me the word! Ready,
this headwind, Captain!
And fire!
Hell yeah.
On my mark!
Fire!
Make ready, boys!
Give me everything!
Full sail! Double time!
Whoa, good God.
Down in the square, sir!
Half sail!
Half sail! Ready up to fire!
Fire!
On my mark!
Mark!
They definitely! Be a mark! Move! We're sailing into the wind. Alter your course.
Fire!
Ready for it!
Fire!
Head that side! Hard! Reload!
Good God, this is tough.
Ready up to fire!
Fire!
You cannot take much more of that! On my mark!
Fire front!
Oh God, we're gonna crash.
Make ready,
Well, that could have gone better.
Carry on, sailor. Not bad for your first voyage, eh, boy?
Now we best be getting back or the old man'll have my guts regardless.
That was probably more luck than anything. I pretty much just crashed into them. Oh well. Didn't do too bad, just failed in one. Okay, are we in dry land again?
I got 'em! All of 'em! You get what I need, and I'll give 'em to you. Simple. You got a ship. Could find 'em all to boot.
I like your hat.
Who is that man?
Him? Some old salt always on about letters he's got from Captain Kidd. Nonsense, really, but he doesn't hurt no one, so I'll leave him be. Talk to him if you fancy, but be warned he'll chew your ear off. Anyway, the Aquilah's here for you. If you should get a pang for the open sea, we'll be waiting. Now, I implore you to head up the hill before the old man comes out of retirement just for me.
Okay.
Few weeks, and not even a goodbye before you left.
Sorry.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Back to training.
Put them on.
Hell yeah. I was wondering how long before I get them.
Once upon a time, we had a ceremony on such occasions. But I don't think either of us are really the type for that. You've your tools and training, your targets and goals. And now you have your title. Welcome to the Brotherhood, Connor.
Sweet. Memory synced. Sequence 5 done. Okay. I look awesome now. Okay, back to Desmond.
Welcome back, Desmond. You'll be happy to hear there's actually good news for once.
Yeah?
I've managed to locate a power source, and it's relatively close by. Up for a trip to Manhattan?
Is it safe to leave? Abstergo's gotta be looking for us.
Obviously it's not safe. Can't exactly sit around here hoping to get lucky, though, can we? We need that power source. Besides, I'm sure you can cook up some way to hide our movements.
Maybe. The Templars have access to all kinds of satellites and camera systems. We'll need to find a way to mask our digital signature. I can probably camouflage the van, too. But there's not much I can do for us.
That's an easy one.
Just put on a white hoodie.
Local utility companies have assured the public that they're completely prepared for the upcoming solar maximum. Disruptions to service are expected to be minimal.
If only they knew.
What's this?
A remote-operated camera. It'll provide us with a feed while you're on mission. This will let us talk to each other.
We're almost there, so listen up. The artifact is in an office penthouse in Lower Manhattan. At this time of night, direct infiltration is going to get you noticed. I think we're better off having you drop in from above.
What do you mean, above? Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Yep, read you just fine. Now why don't you power up the camera?
Whoa.
I've got pictures. Running diagnostics.
It's a cool little thing.
Perfect. I've got a nice, strong signal. Just a heads up, there's no elevator access from here on out. You'll have to get up there the old-fashioned way.
Oh, bugger. Am I going the right way? Probably only one way I can go. Oh, sweet.
Still, it's a lovely view.
Seriously, Sean? Fuck you.
Exactly. Come on, up we go. Oh, this is high. That is quite a nice view, actually. That doesn't look very safe.
Jesus.
Look on the bright side. No security to worry about.
And on the not so bright side, the slightest misstep means you're effectively paced.
Shut up, Sean.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Almost there, Desmond. Once you reach the top of the lit-up crane, you You should be high enough to make the jump.
Jump?
It'll be fine, don't worry.
Well, you might want to worry a little. I'm pretty sure she was high when she was running the numbers.
Sean!
A joke. It was a joke.
I found it funny.
Or was it?
Who needs a ladder? Come on.
Jump when you're ready, but wait for my signal to open the chute. Timing's really important here. Too soon or too late, and you'll miss the building.
Okay, I'm gonna die. Just getting that out there now. Okay, jump.
Now, open your chute.
I'm assuming I'm going to the big H. The helipad. Perfect. Should I just leave that there?
That wasn't so bad.
So, you must be Desmond. Not exactly what I expected, but I guess your kind doesn't have many options these days.
Who are you?
Ask your father. Now give me that.
I don't think so.
Look, I'm not supposed to kill you, but the boss man didn't say anything about fucking you up. So you got to the counter.
Not so tough now.
So who the hell is Daniel Cross?
Believe it or not, he used to be an assassin. The assassin, the way I've heard it told, but it turned out he was a sleeper agent for Abstergo, programmed to infiltrate and destroy the organization.
That name sounds
you know
familiar.
you were there?
Daniel Cross.
We could be compromised.
They must have caught me snooping inside their network and sent Cross to see what we were after. If they were aware of our current location, we'd know. Though, I will say this. It doesn't bode very well for future expeditions.
I've set up some cameras topside. If anyone shows up, we'll see it.
I'd suggest you go see about finding a socket for that power source. Or we can return to Connor if you prefer. All the artifacts in the world won't mean a thing without the key.
Okay. So I need to find a socket.
Ah, Desmond, there you are. Can I ask a favor?
Maybe.
When this is all over, I'd like to try turning the dial back on the Animus. Like, all the way back. To the time of the first civilization.
You think it would work?
There was no real loss of fidelity when you visited Altair. Then again, that was about 1,000 years ago, and I'm looking at going back at least 70,000 more.
Sure, I'd be up for it. It'd be interesting to see what things were like back then.
Excellent. I think it would prove most enlightening.
Okay. So, oh god. Socket. Over there, maybe? Whoa.
In the beginning, when we thought we could be saved, we sought to face the sun's wrath and contain it. 4 towers would be built to pull her fury into this place and dispel it. But even with all we knew, with all we had, it would take too long. 1,000 years we could labor and still the work would not be done. The first tower was never completed. The project abandoned. We moved on. But while we labored on other endeavors, a few returned. They thought to automate the process. Metal might finish what flesh could not.
Okay. That was interesting. So did I find the socket or not?
If we could not meet the sun's cruel embrace, perhaps we might rebuke it. Already we could generate the fields to protect us in times of strife. But these were small and simple things. To replicate them on a scale the size of a world, we lack the energy to make it so. Half the world, they said then. It is better than none at all. We tried. Again, we failed. A quarter, they asked. Even this we could not do. A sixth, an eighth, a tenth, they cried. The answer was still the same. Perhaps in time a city might be spared. But it was time we did not have. So we moved on.
Okay.
Wonder what's inside.
Only one way to find out.
Sweet. Okay, so what did it actually do?
Son, I owe you an apology. I shouldn't have lashed out like that. You have to understand, I've never been very good at this. Never mind that we live rather...
His mouse not in sync with the voice.
Yeah, I kinda liked my ordinary one.
You can't escape who you are, Desmond.
So
That's
I've
really
noticed.
distracting.
Look, it's silly for us to go back and forth like this. I admit, I did a shitty job raising you. I apologize, I'm sorry. But it's important you understand it didn't come from a bad place. You're my son. I love you. I guess I was so busy trying to make sure nothing bad happened, I didn't consider the consequences. Truce.
Okay.
So this is how it started.
What are you up to?
Just brushing up on my American history. Well, I say history. They certainly teach you strange things in the States.
Like what?
Well, for all the talk of this being a revolutionary war, it was a civil one. Well, not that kind of civil. I mean, there was no America versus Britain. It was Brit on Brit action. And you can clearly see how the whole thing got started. One war gave birth to the other.
You mean the 7 Years' War?
Exactly. Seems the Crown overspent in its attempt to keep the French out. Wound up with a great deal of debt. Believing that the colonists should help to shoulder the burden, new taxes were created. It was a reasonable request, even if Parliament was rather, well, undiplomatic about it.
Well, it's not really fair to tax people for a war they didn't want any part of.
What? Didn't want any part of? Did you not notice George Washington with Edward Braddock? He was right there in the middle of it. So here you have the Crown spending who knows how much money to secure a place for the colonists to thrive, and then, when they ask for a little bit of help... Right, look, think of it this way. King George and the colonists, they all go out to dinner, right? And when the bill comes, George asks for them to kick in and pay their share. Fair enough. But keep in mind, he's been taking them out to dinner gratis for decades now. But the colonists, oh no, they insist they only had a glass of water and a side salad. Never mind the table's full of half-eaten food and empty bottles of wine. Now, when the king points this out, what do the colonists do? Oh, they flip the table over and they storm out the restaurant. Probably intending to return later and burn it down.
You left out the part where the king pointed a gun at the colonists and asked them to cover dinner for everyone in the restaurant.
Right, yeah, interesting take. If he pulled out a gun, and I'm not sure he did, it would only have been after the 100th failed attempt at getting them to pay their fair share.
But how do you define someone's fair share?
Oh, well, with a war, apparently.
Good God, that went on for a while, didn't it? Okay, I can't go up there. Okay. Okay, we'll go back in the Animus, I guess.
Good luck, Desmond.
These are troubled times. The already uneasy alliance between the Crown and its subjects frays. And behind them both the Templars plot, pulling strings and moving pieces. History dictates they seek order through control. But how will they affect it here? Who supports them?
Sequence 6.
And what conspiracies have they already spun?
Connor!
All these things I must determine.
Spare a moment.
For only by knowing my enemy can I hope to stop
Have a
them.
look.
What is it?
I'm a lot older now.
Xingbao, or rope dart if you prefer. One of the many plans given to us by Xiao Yun to...
Sweet.
Sorry.
We'll have to work on this.
Ganondogo.
Yes, my friend.
What brings you here? Is the village all right?
For now.
What do you mean? What has happened?
Men came, claiming we had to leave. They said that the land was being sold, and that the Confederacy had consented. We sent an envoy, but they would not listen.
You must refuse!
We cannot oppose the Sachem, but you're right as well. We cannot give up our home.
Do you have a name? Do you know who is responsible?
He's called William Johnson.
Where is Johnson now?
In Boston, making preparations for the sale.
Sale! This is theft!
Connor, take care. These men are powerful.
What would you have me do? I made a promise to my people.
If you insist upon this course of action, seek out Sam Adams in Boston. He'll be able to help. What have you done?
When my people go to war, a hatchet is buried into a post to signify its start. When the threat is ended, the hatchet is removed.
You could have used a tree.
Yeah, I prefer to do it in your house. Okay guys, so on that note, I'm going to have to end this video. So, as always, like and favorite if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one guys. Bye!